Today we're talking about the Toyota Soarer 91 to 94 model. This car runs an all aluminium V8, 1U ZFE. One of the performance upgrades that we're seeing a lot of lately is to bolt a supercharger on. Now by bolting a supercharger on, about 150% increase in power and torque. That's a fair amount on such a nice engine already. It's not unusual to sort of see something like about 330 kilowatts out of one of these at the wheels. Yeah, it's a fairly good effort. You intercool it, it's a little bit better. You put water methane sprays on them, even better again. One of the things is with the V500 that controls this is we can control the engine in its standard form as a plug-in, control the transmission, control the air conditioning unit, and the traction control. So this means that you basically got a standard driving car, an everyday nice luxury car with a lot of power. So what we find is the automatic transmission now, because that's being driven through the V500, right, we can adjust shift points, we can adjust line pressure and torque converter lockup. So now you've got a lot more torque, a lot more power out of the engine. You now adjust the shift points in the transmission to suit it. Okay, we've already spoken about the Toyota Soarer 91 to 94 model V8 and some of the performance upgrades. One of the biggest upgrades would be the V500. By putting the plug-in V500 in, we keep the automatic transmission, the air conditioning unit and the traction control. So what this means is that we can control transmission shift points, the transmission shift pressure and the lockup. Now I'm going to show you today how easy it is to plug it in. What we do, the original computer is held in by one bolt down underneath the footwell here. We remove that out and there's one bolt here that we have to remove to pull the connector off. We remove that and we plug the V500 adapter harness in as per the reversal of how you took the original computer off. We run a vacuum line which comes through where the wiring loom comes through on the firewall, and that must go to manifold vacuum. Now if you've supercharged it, it's got to go under the supercharger. We plug the V500 in and it all fits nice and neatly back into the same position as where the original ECU plugged in. Now after installation, these should come with a shipping map in it for starting, and then we recommend that you get it onto a dyno and tune it and set all the transmission up. So we've plugged this in, we've run the vacuum line already, possibly taken us all of about 10 to 15 minutes to run the vacuum line and plug it in. So what we're going to do now is just make sure that everything's okay. So we turn it on, we've got a green light, blue light, and it starts up and runs. Right? Now, I'll put the foot on the brake, pull it into gear, that's beautiful. There's no slapping into gear, back into drive, no slapping of gears. That is as per standard, the way these boxes should be. You can also note that on the dashboard here, we've got no errors coming up, we've got no TRC lights, and we've got no air conditioning warning lights. All the air conditioning system works as per normal too. There you go, the motor's picked up in RPM because that's what the standard computer does.